Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the penny, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Have you ever walked past a penny on the ground and didn't bother to pick it up? Well, after this video, you might never make that mistake again. Because what if I told you there's a 1979 American penny, yes, just a single 1-cent coin, that could be hiding in plain sight, and it's worth way more than just 1 cent. We're not talking about a rare gold coin or something buried in a pirate chest. No. We're talking about a coin that millions of Americans have seen, touched, maybe even spent without a second thought. But here's the twist. There's one version of the 1979 Lincoln penny that didn't come from your average pocket change. It came from something called a proof set. And if you have the right one, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. So let me ask you, have you ever looked through your old coin jars? Your grandparents' coin collection? That little drawer in the kitchen that everyone throws change into? Because somewhere out there, this special 1979 penny is still hiding. Let me explain what makes it so special. In 1979, the U.S. Mint released several types of proof sets. These are high-quality coins, struck with mirrored backgrounds and sharp details, never meant for circulation. Most people just collect them for fun or as keepsakes. But one of those 1979 proof pennies has a secret, a little detail that makes it a jackpot for coin collectors. Look closely at the letter S under the date, the mint mark that tells us it was made in San Francisco. Some of these proof coins have what's called a Type 2S mint mark, which is more sharply defined, cleaner, and different from the more common Type 1. To the untrained eye, it's easy to miss. But to collectors and auction houses? That tiny detail is the difference between a penny and a payday. These rare proof coins with the Type 2S mint mark don't just sit in albums anymore. They're being hunted, auctioned, and sold to the highest bidders. And the numbers are absolutely insane. We're talking about a coin that originally cost just a few cents to mint, now being valued between $2,700 all the way up to $79,000. Yes, you heard that right. From 1 cent to up to $79,000. Just imagine opening an old coin set, wiping the dust off a 1979 penny, and realizing you're holding something that could cover your mortgage, buy you a new car, or even kickstart your dream vacation. So if you're watching this and thinking, nah, I probably don't have one, don't be so sure. These coins are out there. People find them in estate sales, garage boxes, inherited collections, even in old birthday gifts from decades ago. Before you go anywhere else today, go check your coin collections. Pull out that 1979 penny. Grab a magnifying glass or zoom in with your phone camera. Look at that S mint mark. Is it clear? Is it sharp and distinct? If it is, you might be holding one of the most valuable pennies ever struck. And if you find it, well, let's just say, don't spend it at the grocery store. Hit that like button if you're going to start searching. Share this video with someone who might have coins hiding away in a drawer. And subscribe because we're just getting started uncovering the secret treasure hiding in your pocket change. The next coin we talk about could be the one that makes you rich. Stay curious. Stay greedy. And don't ignore the pennies. They might just be your ticket to tens of thousands of dollars. Top 2. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks like every other penny you've seen your whole life. Same copper shine, same Abraham Lincoln, same 1-cent label. But what if I told you that exact same looking coin could actually be worth enough to buy you a car? Maybe even a house? You think I'm kidding? Keep watching. Because in this video, we're diving into one of the most overlooked and most valuable pennies in U.S. history, an American 1-cent coin from 1980 that's turning everyday people into thousands of dollars richer, without them even realizing it. Now don't run to your coin jar just yet. This isn't your regular pocket change penny. We're talking about a proof coin, a specially made version of the 1980 penny that was never supposed to be spent in stores. It came from a proof set. Sleek. Mirror-like. Designed for collectors. But here's where it gets juicy. Some of these proof pennies from 1980 carry a tiny little detail. A mint mark so subtle, most people never even notice it. But for those who do, that little mark is the difference between 1 cent and a life-changing surprise. Take a second to think, do you have an old US mint-proof set? Maybe something your parents or grandparents gave you. Maybe it's collecting dust in a drawer or hidden in a shoebox in the attic? Because if that proof set includes a 1980 penny with the right mint mark, the right finish, and the right condition, you might just be holding a gold mine in disguise. Let's break it down. In 1980, the San Francisco Mint produced proof pennies with an S mint mark. But it's not just about the mint mark, it's the clarity, the shape, and how sharply it was struck. Some of these coins were made with extreme precision, and the finest examples, especially the deep cameo ultra-proof strikes, are worth more than you can imagine. Collectors are constantly searching, hunting, bidding, and battling in auctions for these ultra-rare proof coins. They know what most people don't. That the 1980 penny, yes, the tiny copper coin sitting quietly in proof sets across the country, has sold for absolutely staggering amounts. And here's where it gets real. This isn't hype. This isn't fantasy. Actual, verified, graded proof 1980 pennies have been valued and sold for between $2,700 and up to a jaw-dropping $87,000. Let that sink in for a second. A coin with a face value of 1 cent has been flipped for as much as $87,000. Now ask yourself, would you know if you had one? Would you even recognize it? Most people wouldn't. That's why they keep spending them, losing them, tossing them in jars and forgetting about them forever. But you? You know better now. So here's what you do. Dig out your coin collections. Search your family's old keepsake boxes. Look for proof sets from the US Mint from 1980. Open them carefully. Look at that penny. Zoom in on the details. Look at the mirror-like surface. The frosted bust of Lincoln. The sharp S mint mark. Look for signs of that ultra-sharp proof strike. Because if you've got one in flawless or nearly flawless condition, you could be staring at tens of thousands of dollars sitting quietly in your hands. And no need for lottery tickets. No need to gamble. No crypto. No stock market risk. Just 1 penny. One forgotten cent that could cash out into a whole new reality. So don't wait. Don't toss another coin without checking. And definitely don't let your parents give away those old coin sets without a second look. Smash that like button if you're heading straight to your coin stash after this video. Share this with someone who has a box of old coins they've ignored for years. And subscribe, because we're unlocking the secrets behind the coins everyone else overlooks. And some of them are worth way more than you think. Today it was the 1980 penny. Tomorrow? It could be the coin that changes your life. Top 3. Let me ask you a serious question. If I told you that you might be sitting on a single coin, just 1 penny, that could secretly be worth more than a brand new luxury SUV, would you check your old coin stash tonight? Because here's the truth. There's a tiny copper coin out there, made in 1988, that looks completely ordinary to the naked eye. But in reality, it could be worth more than your entire coin jar combined. Most people have never even heard about it. And worse, some people have spent it. Yes, really. This isn't some ancient relic or a coin locked away in a museum. It's an American 1-cent piece, made in modern times. But not just any penny, it's the 1988 proof penny that came from a special US Mint proof set. It was never meant to be spent, but some of these coins have ended up in the wild, and now collectors are going crazy trying to track them down. Now, you might be thinking, what makes this 1988 penny so special? Well, here's where things get interesting. Back in 1988, the US Mint produced beautifully detailed proof sets, with sharp finishes and mirror-like surfaces. These proof pennies were minted in San Francisco, which means they carry that tiny but powerful S mint mark just below the date. But within those proof pennies, a small number were struck so perfectly, so flawlessly, they became something else entirely. These aren't your average proof coins. They're the top-tier examples that grading experts call deep cameo, ultra cameo, or PR70 perfection. And the better the condition, the higher the value. In fact, the right combination of flawless strike, mint condition, and a verified proof finish can send the value of one of these pennies into the stratosphere. And get this, Most people wouldn't even recognize it if they had one dot because unless you're a coin collector, or someone who watches videos like this, you probably wouldn't look twice at a 1988 penny in a dusty coin set. It looks like any other. But oh, it's not. There have been stories of people digging through boxes in the garage, cleaning out drawers at grandma's house, or opening a forgotten US Mint envelope from the 80s, and finding a coin that turns their jaw to the floor, that 1 cent, turning into something much, much more. Now, before you think this is just hype, let's be very clear. These are real coins, graded and authenticated by professional grading services. They've gone up for auction. They've been bought and sold by serious collectors. And they've cashed out for serious money. So how much are we talking? We're talking about a 1 cent coin from a 1988 proof set that has sold for anywhere between $2,700 and as high as $76,000. That's right. A coin worth just 1 penny on paper, potentially selling for up to $76,000 in real cash. Just imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Just for finding a coin you already own. Pay off debt. Put a down payment on a home. Take that dream vacation. Or maybe just smile, knowing that one forgotten coin turned into one unforgettable payday. So here's what you need to do right now. Stop what you're doing after this video and go find your old proof sets. Look for anything marked 1988. Open the case carefully. Pull out the penny. Check for that S mint mark. Look at the shine, the contrast, the clarity. If it looks flawless, untouched, and carries that mirror-like finish, you just might be holding something special. And if you think you found one, get it graded. Do it right. Because that tiny coin could flip your whole story. Smash the like button if you're heading to your coin collection after this. Share this with a friend or family member who collects coins or has old US Mint sets lying around. And don't forget to subscribe, because next time, we're talking about a coin so rare, it's never even been seen in circulation. The 1988 penny may just be your golden ticket. The only question now is, will you find it before someone else does? Top 4. What if I told you that a penny, yes, a 1 cent coin sitting in an old box or forgotten proof set, could be the key to a life-changing discovery? Sounds unbelievable, right? But let me ask you something. Have you ever actually looked closely at a 2007 penny? No? Then you might be missing out on one of the most undervalued, overlooked, and ridiculously profitable coins of the 21st century. And the craziest part? It's probably just sitting there, hiding in a proof set you haven't touched in years. This is not your average penny. It's not the kind you pull out of your pocket and toss in a tip jar. No, this is the 2007 American proof penny, a coin so perfectly made, so precisely struck, that serious collectors are hunting it down with laser focus. Let's back up for a second. In 2007, the United States Mint released special proof sets for collectors. These coins weren't made for spending. They were crafted with high-precision dies, mirror-like backgrounds, and frosted details. Every single one was struck multiple times to make sure the design was crisp, flawless, and flawless-looking. These coins came straight from the San Francisco Mint, and yes, that means they carry the rare and very specific S mint mark. But here's where the magic happens. Most proof pennies? They're nice, clean, collectible. But a small number of them are absolute perfection. Coins that are so sharp, so pristine, and so untouched that when professional graders get their hands on them, they award the highest possible grade, PR 70 DCM. That stands for Proof 70 Deep Cameo. And it's the holy grail of coin condition. And here's where things get very interesting. Because those ultra-perfect 2007 proof pennies? They've become insanely desirable. Collectors with deep pockets are willing to pay top dollar for just one of these flawless coins to complete their sets. But most people have no idea. They walk right past these coins. They sell their proof sets at garage sales for $5. They leave them in storage bins, attics, closets, or pawn shops, never knowing they might be holding a penny that could literally change their financial life. Now imagine this. You're digging through your old collection, maybe one your parents or grandparents gave you. You find a sealed US Mint proof set from 2007. You open it, and there it is, the penny. The mirror finish stares back at you. The frosted Lincoln bust shines perfectly. The S mint mark sits proudly beneath the date. You flip it in the light, and your heart skips a beat, because this doesn't look like just any penny. This one could be it. The one collectors are willing to fight over at auction. The one coin you never expected to be worth more than a trip to the bank. So now you're probably wondering, how much is it actually worth? Let's get to the juicy part. If you own one of these rare 2007 proof pennies in perfect, professionally graded condition, you're not just holding a cool collector's item. You're holding a coin that has been valued and sold for prices ranging from $2,700 all the way up to a jaw-dropping $66,000. Yes, you've heard that correctly. A single 1-cent coin, worth up to $66,000. This isn't a dream. It's not a legend. It's real. And it could be sitting in your home right now. So here's what you do next. Check your coin sets. Dig through those boxes you've been meaning to clean out. Look for that 2007 proof set, especially the one with the penny made in San Francisco. If it looks flawless, if it has that mirror-like surface and a sharp, frosted design, get it graded. Get it protected. And get ready, because you might be holding your way into 5 figures of unexpected cash. Don't let this one slip through your fingers. Hit that like button if you're already thinking about where you put your old coins. Share this video with someone who might have a treasure hiding in plain sight. And subscribe right now, because we're just getting started exposing the hidden value in ordinary-looking coins. Today it was the 2007 penny. Tomorrow? It could be another 1-cent surprise worth thousands more. Stay sharp, because not every treasure comes in gold. Some come in copper. Top 5. Have you ever held a penny and thought, this could be worth more than my rent? Probably not. Most people see a penny and barely give it a second glance. But what if I told you that a specific 2008 penny, yes, just 1 cent, has quietly shaken the coin collecting world by being worth more than most used cars, more than luxury watches, and in some cases, even more than a brand new vehicle? Not just any 2008 penny though. It has to be the right one. And the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth tens of thousands? It's all in the details. Most people walk right past this little treasure without even realizing it. But the ones who know, the ones who really pay attention, they're the ones cashing in. Because this coin didn't come from your spare change. It came from a proof set. A US Mint proof set from 2008, to be exact. Now, if you've never heard of a proof set, don't worry, most people haven't. Proof coins are specially made by the US Mint, struck multiple times using polished dies and special planchets to give them that signature mirror-like finish. They're not made for spending, they're made for collecting. Every detail is crisp, sharp, and perfect. And that perfection is exactly where the money is. In 2008, the United States Mint produced a series of proof sets that included the Lincoln Memorial Cent. But something incredible happened. Some of those pennies were so flawless, so immaculate, that collectors started going crazy for them. Especially the ones that were professionally graded as PR70, which means a perfect proof coin with 0 imperfections under magnification. That's the holy grail of proof coins. Not PR69. Not almost perfect. We're talking about absolute perfection. So let's say you, your parents, or your grandparents bought a 2008 proof set. It's been sitting in a drawer, a closet, or a box somewhere collecting dust. What if one of those pennies inside is a perfect PR70? That's not just a pretty coin. That's a payday waiting to happen. Because in recent years, collectors have paid staggering amounts for these coins. We're not talking about $50 or $100. We're not talking about a couple of hundred either. Some of these 2008 S-proof pennies, yes, the ones with the little S mint mark for San Francisco, have sold for as much as $2,700. That's already wild, right? But it gets crazier. Because rare examples of this penny, in the right condition, have fetched as much as $59,000. That's right. $59,000. For a single coin. A 1-cent piece. Let that sink in. You might be holding one right now without even realizing it. One of the most overlooked, underappreciated, and misunderstood coins out there, sitting in a set you've never opened, or one you inherited and tossed in a drawer. So what should you do? First, check if you have a 2008 US Mint proof set. Look closely at the penny. Look for the deep mirror finish, the frosted design, that signature S mint mark. If it looks perfect, it might be. But to know for sure, you'll need to have it graded by a professional company like PCGS or NGC, because a tiny difference in quality means a massive difference in value. A coin with a slight blemish? Maybe a few bucks. But a flawless one? That's the kind of coin that makes news in the numismatic world. That's the kind of coin that turns 1 cent into a 5-figure check. The kind of coin that people dream of finding. And guess what? Most people never check. Most people let it slip by. So if you've ever collected coins, or even if you haven't, now is the time. Go dig through that old set. Call your parents. Check your storage. Because this little copper coin from 2008 might just be the most valuable thing you own. $2,700. Or maybe even $59,000. All from one single penny. Don't ignore it. Don't let it sit there another day. That shiny little coin might just be your big break.